My name is Hitendra and I got a decade of experience in project, program and change management. This video aims to provide a practical overview of change management. There is a lot of theory available on this subject, but very limited practical guidance. Program, project, change management, agile and various such concepts, and then different professional bodies and models like PMI, APMG, SAFe, Kotter, Prosci. How to manage the change in projects. Do we have time to understand all these practices and models? I personally would just look to go and deliver the whole of the change effectively. Can we have a single model to deliver whole of the change with portfolio, program and project? It is important to understand how portfolio, program, project and change management fits together because most of the organizations are structured that way. You cannot simply go and deliver the change just on its own. Strategy and portfolio, twofold: how to run the business and how to improve the market positioning. The internal and external forces. The strategies are shaped into the capabilities to be delivered through programs. For example, if it is marketing, you may have a program to build the digital capabilities. Finally, projects, the smallest unit, they deliver outputs or pieces to achieve the capabilities for programs. For example, under a digital program, you may have projects to deliver websites, chatbots, mobile interfaces, and so on. Now, what is change management? That is an interesting question, but before we get into that, let's see a typical alignment of portfolio, program, and projects. On top you have strategy, run the business and improve the business. Both are important and we need to balance them. That leads to portfolio management, which manages and prioritizes the money for better return in view of strategy. Programs may close after delivering the capabilities, but the payback period might be longer. Now, portfolio delivered through programs. And here, more than the theory, let me walk you through what is involved in. So initiation stage is all about feasibility of programs and getting the money for planning stage. This may sound funny, but think about it. The delivery and construction is all through projects, while programs are just planning and monitoring. Now the planning, it essentially plans the book of work to be delivered through projects and overall structure and governance to deliver through projects. Now, execution, monitor, and transition. It involves iteratively following the plan and delivering through projects. There is a lot of project management involved, which is supported by change management. Closer. This is mostly the admin work. However, this stage is significant from the point of view of change management. And then the benefit realization. This is mostly the change management, and this is good time that we should get into the change management and understand what it is. There is a lot of theory for change management, but the simplest explanation is to manage the attitude and behavior for effective change results. Change management is all about creating that willingness to think about an improved state and moving to that state. It creates the environment of appreciation to the change and management of resistance. It considers the push as much as it has to consider the pull. It cares for solution readiness, but it also cares for the business readiness. Now at this point, it's good to understand a bit of psychology like cognitive dissonance, attitude and behavior. These are the key variables of change management. Now let's see how change management aligns with our program and project model. I have my own tried and tested model here, that is design, align and deliver. You can name it any which way you want, like plan, analyze and interventions. What this actually does is the design focuses to understand the business need and plan an approach to manage the change. This by and large aligns with the initiation stage of the program. Align is to leverage the plan to align with organization needs and practice the change management to suit the nature of the change and people impacted by the change. Deliver is essentially to have the change interventions in place to balance the push and pull aspect of the change. Now the beauty of this model is that it fits with the program and project management model and can support any of the change management model. Now the change management, as I said, starts with the initiation stage. Let's look into what it involves. The business need mapping to understand the actual need of the business, so the change management can be focused on that. Value tree and benefits mapping are some of the tools used here to align the vision with KPIs and then with enablers. Change impact assessment to understand the positive and negative impact of the change or the change will be bringing. Customer journey mapping, change touch points and use cases are some of the useful tools here. The stakeholder and audience analysis, this is the key bit, and if gone wrong, all goes wrong. Remember, change management is done to help the stakeholders and end users to uptake the change. The change management plan essentially lists out the change impact points and our approach to manage the change. This includes the analysis of changes and interventions required. This mostly happens in iteration and continuously gets updated. Communication, awareness, stakeholder and audience engagement is a significant bit to keep them engaged to ensure business is aware of the changes. This helps to reduce learning curve and avoid surprises. Then the change network management, my favorite, having a network of propagators and spies on the ground to promote the change. The formal word for that is the advocate, the change advocates, similar to our political parties who get their advocates among the common people. The change management interventions. This is the time to apply the interventions during the execution to support the change. For example, training, communications, any awareness plan, planning the release, pilots, business participation in demos. So those kind of things. And then comes the benefits management. One of the most important aspect, this involves benefit mapping, baselining, tracking and realization. The whole process starts at the initiation stage itself and continues even after the program is completed. It is a pretty detailed subject in its own right, and I will soon be creating a separate video on this. Then comes the business readiness and solution readiness management, which is all about ensuring the solution is ready in terms of technical aspects for release and business is ready to absorb the change. Embed and make change BAU, which is business as usual. Mostly programs leave at this point and a change manager takes over, and he focuses to improve the payback period. And he also works to protect the benefits, for example, not letting the N2 levels down or staff reverting to the old practices. So the video comes to the end with this. Please subscribe if you liked it. And if you're interested, there will be more videos coming soon. Thank you for watching it today.